who's been going game one Byleth today because I guess Leo won, so he's giving it a whirl.
Hey, listen, I'm here for it. Big Byleth fan. Definitely here for this age of people, like, reconsidering what this character brings to the table. Although, this matchup can be kind of topsy-turvy, as it were. For one thing, Bayonetta, one of Bayonetta's greatest strengths is her off-stage play and her ability to bring characters off-stage. That happens to be one of Byleth's weakest strengths. So if ConCon recognizes that this battle has to take place off-stage, I think he's going to have a nice time with Bayo.
Yeah, so long as he doesn't fall into traps like that, like the ABK to ledge. It's so free, and it's so obvious that like Bayos just want to get there so quickly, but not that quickly. You can't go for these lazy recoveries, especially around a player whose advantage is so good like Zomba. Just trying to snipe him out of the air with that up B too.
Yeah, most definitely. And Byleth's the kind of character that helps facilitate really strong ledge play. So if you're going to be feeding into like the typical Bayo affair of ADKing to get rid of your worries, you're in for a bad time, especially considering how Bayo is on the lighter end of the cast, and Byleth hits hard.
Oh, he air dodges through that witch twist, which could have resulted in his stock, but he keeps chasing down and finds the stock after getting the jump read. Super clean stuff on Connor just to keep himself going and keep himself in this game. Because damage, Bayo can make up 95%. That's fine in one or two combos and one or two reads. But Zomba fighting his way out of disadvantage.
Yeah, Byleth has the luxury of being able to swing against Bayo in this matchup, especially if you can catch landings like that. Not the best of positions on the platform, caught with the up air. And in general, if Zomba's aware of how well Byleth can swing in the air, I think he's got this. Like, he's playing with a lot of confidence, and he's got the stock lead right now.
Getting 86 and playing out of shield. Is Connor able to find... Oh, he misses the up air, which could have led into fair and then perhaps even result in a stock. Forcing the air dodge and respecting those counter hits, but Connor gets swatted off ledge by that side B.
Oh, you don't want to get gutsy with witch time in this one. Any little situation that makes for Byleth's long startup on heavy-hitting moves that much safer is just a death sentence. You don't want to be giving Byleth any freebies. Also, you don't want to be giving Zomba any freebies. This is not the kind of lad that you want to just spend time collecting data on. If you can kill him, you got to get it done.
Yeah, and
that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, he gets that reversal with the rising Nair. Again, damage is just so... It's so hard to tell a damage lead with Bayonetta because they land one starter and suddenly you're at 80. And, hey, Connor's able to find these jumps but misses the ABK afterwards. Still getting 40, though, and if you can get 40 3 times, hey, suddenly we're back into an even game. But it's Zomba. Zomba is so willing to scrap with you, yet that air dodge was so well scouted by Connor.
One of the worst things about this matchup in terms of a Bayonetta angle is if she's not able to get that lethal combo, all you're doing is giving Byleth a lot of rage, and Byleth plays really well with rage, especially when your opponent's at 160, so that's going to be Zomba taking game one.
Yeah, and you could see the visible frustration on Connor's face, like reeling back, rolling his eyes. It was something that Zomba had shown off multiple times in the game where he would drift below ledge, double jump up air, and then tether. It's like he's protecting himself, so why go for the Nair that you know that Zomba is already ready for? And the swap from Connor himself, he has been practicing many of his other, many of the girls in his roster, and Min Min has been the latest one that he's usually been leading with. I'm surprised to see the Bayo be the lead for not only this set, but also against Delta. But hey, this Min Min on FD against a slow character like Byleth, you got a lot of control to go about in this game too.
I would agree, and this is definitely a matchup that requires you to be well studied as far as the character is concerned, because as far as looking at Zomba's roster of characters, he tends to play characters that do have like, lots of options when it comes to movement. Byleth's a little bit more pressed for it, but there is a sense of control to how well Byleth can navigate the space around the arms, especially if Zomba stays aware of when that first swing is. The first swing of Min Min's arms is always the most important to watch out for when you're playing a slower character.
But he's able to find the drift with that megawatt. It's just so active and traveling through the air. And I feel like this is going to be the spot that Connor both needs to take advantage of, just like Zomba. Byleth has a lot of, it struggles to get around quickly, but on ledge, she has a lot of mix-ups, especially with that up B. But at the same vein, Min doesn't have to deal with that, and he needs to make Zomba feel that pressure.
Yeah, Zomba fishing for a lot of up B is not going to do him a lot of good in this matchup, only because Min doesn't actually go that vertical with any of her defensive plays. Unless she's trying for something with grounded up B herself, she's not going to be taking to the air too much. And I think ConCon's recognized that he's got an easy route ahead of him to walk, as long as he could just press to the ledge.
Yeah, he committed to the air dodge real soon there, so that's a clean edge guard coming out from Zomba. But 2 stocks down, and with your openings already as limited as they are, needs a good closer. He needs a good way to break that zone, and Byleth's dash attack, it's good. It is a very good combo finisher, but what combos are you getting when Min's just poking from an even greater distance than the distance demon?
Yeah, no, your claim to fame in this matchup as Byleth is fair and fair, because it's not only going to help you with getting your damage started, but it also has decent enough disjoint. Not only is Nair ever present, but that button's big. And if Zomba brings Byleth with him into Game 3, hopefully he recognizes that, because that was a really clean Game 2 for ConCon.
Yeah, that just looked like the matchup to a T, right? Just Byleth doesn't get to do anything. Any sort of advantageous situation that Byleth has reliable mix-ups in, like, no, Min doesn't have to deal with that, doesn't have to worry and interact with any sort of up-B shenanigans, just Megawatt to catch jump, Ram to cover potential 2 frames, and Dragon for additional snipes. As Connor was supposed to declare character first, and but regardless of whatever the process of elimination that they talked over, it's PS2 and it's Rob against Bayonetta. One of Bayonetta's better top-tier matchups, assuming you get the chance to hit Zomba.
Yeah, and in this particular scenario, that is a pretty big if. As far as stages to go to, this is probably best case scenario for Rob, because you're able to control those platforms very effectively with gyro and laser. And contesting platforms from Bayonetta is actually a really big deal on taking PS2 away from her.
Oh, but snipes out that jump after a couple empty hops for the ABK. Able to close out with a decent bit of damage, but not enough to even it up just yet.
Yeah, this is one of those matchups where getting the damage isn't necessarily impressive, because this is Bayo, almost infamously combo-heavy character against a big-bodied character like Rob. And much the same as most Bayo matchups, if you can't get the kill, all that damage is just going to lead to dangerous situations, especially coming back from below against Rob.
Yeah, and even still, Zomba has managed to hold the percent lead for that basically that entire stock. And at 131, you need to close out this skill now, and not able to finish it off with the back air after falling out of the Witch Twist. 132, and oh no.
What was your? I mean, yeah, I know it's arm rotor, but kind of a yikes on the DI.
Yeah, it looked like he was just. Oh, looks like he was looking for a Z-drop shenanigans with the gyro, trying to kill him right again. Oh my god.
I love when Zomba goes for these drag down up airs. It's been a more recent innovation to his Rob, and it looks really snazzy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's mad clean, and the fact that he's doing it off of like air dodge and tech in reads, it adds another depth to his punish game that was already super strong, and already for Rob super strong. Connor is able to find that edge guard, but at 95, you need to basically control the game and not get hit again, which Bayo can do for a while, and you can get that momentum going. But after 60, after 70, after 80% off of a combo, Rob and Zomba are back to the usual.
And my major concern is not that ConCon doesn't get the damage, because he's doing a fine job of that. It's where he positions himself afterwards. That, I feel, is the mark of what makes someone playing Bayonetta different from a good Bayonetta player. Because you can press all the buttons, that's fine and dandy, but if you put yourself right in front of Rob and all of that special lag, you might as well just shake Zomba's hand. And with terrible DI like that, you will fist bump him at least.
Yeah, it looked like the wall cling that he got from the ABK to ledge was absolutely not intended, because that led to him having to jump off of ledge. He didn't have ABK at the time, gets hit by gyro, and the dominoes fall from there, because you're suddenly much lower on resources than initially intended, having to deal with Rob's ledge trapping and full screen pressure with things like laser and gyro, which ends up taking the stock.
On paper, I agree with the Bayonetta pick. I do think it was really smart, especially as a response to the switch from Byleth to Rob. But if you're going to be picking into Bayo, you need to understand what makes her work, and it's not really just the combos. Like, there is a lot of, you were bringing up the word control often, and I think that's one of the better things that Bayonetta can provide against larger characters, is the fact that she has total stage control if you're able to, deny that space. Mind you, it's easier said than done against the likes of Zomba, especially on his lead character. But who knows? Maybe he'll get the run back. Maybe tonight, maybe another night, but not on the winner's side.
Yeah, he still has a chance to punch through top 8. The end of winners is always the beginning of a loser's bracket, and he'll have to wait upon the winner of that loser's side, of which you can follow along the bracket by typing !bracket in chat. I don't have it open right now, but I could by typing